Hello everybody, good evening. Welcome to the stream. It is Digi Driver with a bit of a late night stream tonight. Not going to be on for long, just wanted to do a little bit of a, I guess you could say call it a test run and hop into some nostalgic flight sims like FSX. So tonight we're going to hop into some old sims and have some fun reliving some of the old missions and the technology we used to indulge in years ago. I'm in FSX Steam Edition, and we're going to fly one or two missions tonight in this sim, and then jump to another one. By the time I'm done with this series, we'll probably have gone through FSX, Flight Sim World, revisited P3D, and then finally get back into MSFS. For now, though, I'm going to kick this off with one of my favorite missions of all time, if I can find it. Yep, here we go. This one was the one that I enjoyed flying a lot when I got started. So we'll do this first, and if we can, we'll fly another mission in a business jet. All right, let's hit it. All right, hopefully you guys will be able to see everything. Let me just make sure the sim is set up. I don't think it is, but we'll fix that quickly. All right, so first thing I want to do is make sure the window is set properly. I think it is. We should be able to continue. And I'll set up my window so that I can flip through switches appropriately. Wow, this is such nostalgia. And it's interesting that in the mission, the kind of like mission sheet or dossier paints this plane as an Orbit Airlines jet, but in here there's no livery for it. I'm gonna see if I can get the achievement because I don't even think Active Sky Next works for the Steam edition of this anymore. So we'll see what happens. We should be able to get the credit for achieving the mission if we're careful. I believe we should be able to. Maybe I'm wrong. All right, here we go.
Lower the flaps to 8 degrees and adjust thrust to maintain 180 knots. You have the airplane. Continue flying heading 120 and maintain 7,000 feet. I'll handle the radios. You fly the approach. The airport's about 25 miles ahead of us. The approach controller will probably vector us out to the south, then give us a left turn to line up with the runway.
World Travel 268, contact Juliana approach on 128.905.
Going to 128.905, World Travel 268. See you next time. Juliana approach, World Travel 268, with you, 7,000.
World Travel 268, Juliana approach. Expect vectors for the visual runway Niner. Altimeter 2992.
Okay, I think that's it in front of us. Right there.
World Travel 268, turn right, heading 130, descend and maintain 3000. Vectors for the visual.
Right to 130 and down to 3, World Travel 26. Okay, turn right to 130 degrees and descend to 3,000 feet. Don't exceed 250 knots.
World travel 268. Reduce speed to 180 knots.
Slowing to 180, world travel 268. Okay, slow to 180 knots.
Such nostalgia. And you'll hear the audio cutting it out as I switch between tabs. Unfortunately, it does that thing. Also, I need to hide my menu view. And I might want to restart the mission just in case I missed something. So, now I should be set up.
Lower the flaps to 8 degrees and adjust thrust to maintain 180 knots. You have the airplane. Continue flying heading 120 and maintain 7,000 feet. I'll handle the radios. You fly the approach. The airport's about 25 miles ahead of us. The approach controller will probably vector us out to the south, then give us a left turn to line up with the runway.
World Travel 268, contact Juliana approach on 128.905.
Going to 128.905, world travel 268. See you next time. Juliana approach, world travel 268, with you, 7,000.
World travel 268. Juliana approach. Expect vectors for the visual runway 9er. Altimeter 29992. World travel 268. Turn right, heading 130. Descend and maintain 3000. Vectors for the visual.
Right to 130 and down to 3, world travel 268. Okay, turn right to 130 degrees and descend to 3,000 feet. Don't exceed 250 knots.
Alright, let's do this thing.
World travel 268. Reduce speed to 180 knots.
Slowing to 180, world travel 268. Okay, slow to 180 knots.
Pardon me. Let's see how this turns out. So I think those triangles are the waypoints for the approach. Yeah, I think so. I'm also going to deploy speed brakes to get back down to 180.
Level off at 3,000 feet.
And I'm going to arm the speed brakes
World
too.
travel 268. Turn left, heading 100. Report the runway in sight.
Left to 100, world travel 268. Alright, make a left turn to a heading of 100.
Alright, I see the airport. God bless you, Aeroflyer. Welcome aboard, my friend. Good to see you. And yes, this is quite the throwback. I I got a recommendation from a internet buddy to reinstall it today, so that's exactly what I did. Now, I'm doing the Caribbean landing mission, so I'm landing at St. Martin, which means I'm gonna have to bug my heading manually to get lined up with the runway. So we should be landing soon.
World Travel 268 has the runway in
It
sight.
took a while,
World
but I'll
Travel
tell you why
268,
once we land.
cleared, visual approach, runway 9er.
Cleared for the visual. World Travel 268.
World Travel 268, contact Juliana Tower now on 118.7.
Going to tower, thanks. Juliana Tower, World Travel 268 with you on the visual.
World Travel 268, Juliana Tower, wind 121 at 12, runway 9er, clear to land. Traffic is a Grumman Goose on final landing Simpson Bay, south of the runway.
Cleared to land, and we have the traffic. World Travel 268. All
Where's
right,
the goose?
we're cleared for the visual approach. Reduce thrust to idle and begin descending towards the runway. Lower the landing gear and lower full flaps as we slow down. Adjust thrust to maintain 130 knots as our final approach speed.
Take this bird down. Okay, so essentially, I thought my computer was messed up. It wasn't, but that set off a that set off a series of events that had me reinstalling a whole bunch of my Steam games, including FSX. So, I think it took somewhere around 15 minutes to reinstall. It was like
Before
a
landing checklist.
8 gig
Landing gear,
download.
down. Flaps set to 45 degrees. Before landing checklist complete. Flight attendants, please be seated for landing.
Okay, flaps 20, here we go. Yeah, so about 15 minutes, maybe 20. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, I see. So the rudder does work. Alright, let me not lose any more speed. Heh, here goes, friends. Flaps full. We're a little high. Wow, I forgot that this was detailed scenery back in the day. Alright, let's see if we can stop. Oof, bird's on final. Idle throttle. Put it down. Put it down, Digi.
Orbit 326 heavy, Juliana Tower, position and hold.
Position and hold, orbit 326 heavy.
Alright, can we stop at this next taxiway?
World Travel 268, welcome to St. Martin, turn left next taxiway.
Why can't I turn? Oh, that's why. Because I'm trying to use the rudder control when I actually have auto rudder turned on.
Orbit 326 heavy, wind 121 at 12, cleared for takeoff.
Cleared for takeoff. Orbit 326 heavy.
Nice. Okay, so clearly this is an older version of Princess Juliana International, but at the same time, I I get it. I get it. Like it's hard to decide to get back into a game like this. The graphics are not the same. They're not. But at the same time, for a person like me, I like going back. Nice. Okay, well, since we're down here anyway, let's go ahead and make sure we have our stuff running. APU on, APU gen on, and let's go ahead and turn the logo light off, strobe, beacon, nav, and I should be able to cut the engines. And that's it. Mind you, I have not reinstalled GSX. I don't even have FSUI PC installed for this yet. This is just me having a little bit of fun with nostalgia in the game. But so far, so good. All right, now let me wrap this mission up and see if I got anything. Yeah, okay, you might not see anything right now. Probably because there's so many of you off. Hold on. Oh, really? It's not showing me the other menu view? Hold it. There we go. That's what I wanted to show. Two-faced disc, my friend. Welcome aboard. Welcome to the Nostalgia Show with your friend Digi Driver. We are doing some flights in FSX Steam Edition. Unfortunately, I'm not able to re-earn the awards that you normally get by accomplishing these missions. I'm not sure if it has something to do with the weather or the fact that I've played through these missions already and it somehow remembers it in my profile. Because this is synced to my my Steam profile, so I don't know. But we did just land at Princess Juliana, and I'm going to go ahead and do one of my other favorite missions right now. We're going to go to Telluride in Colorado because I have an executive that's going to be landing at Kilo Tango Echo X-Ray, and we're taking the Learjet 45 because we simply can. One of my favorite aircraft of all time in any sim, period. This has replaced the Learjet 31A as my favorite. Not favorite per se, but I'm saying this was one of the first planes I flew extensively. This is pretty much a straight-in approach for runway 9er. Let's have some fun. I know, the music and all that stuff. Ah, man, the nostalgia's kicking in hard, folks. So do I. Oops. There we go. There we go.
You've got the airplane. Stay on heading 055 and maintain 15,000 feet.
Alright, we should be good. Oof, that was close. Man, we thought we were just rocking it with like 2D cloud sprites.
Down to 12,000, Lear 5 Lima Romeo. Okay, descend now to 12,000 feet.
Oh, sound panel? Hold on. Sorry. Thanks for reminding me. That should be gone now.
Lear 5 Lima Romeo, reduce speed to 180 knots.
Slowing down to 180, Lear 5 Lima Romeo. Reduce thrust to slow to 180 knots, maintain 12,000 feet.
All right, let's introduce some speed brake because I like slowing down very quickly. Yes, by the way, fair warning, this isn't touched up, modified in any way.
Approach
This is
speed. Our
default.
speed on the approach will be 140 knots, but keep it at 180 for now. Radios are set. Flaps set to 8, that's 1 notch. Spoilers set to armed. Approach checklist complete.
Let's see, is it complaining because my gear is down or not down? Shouldn't be down.
Get ready to level off at 12,000 feet.
There it is. Wow. Oh, I know why. Because I set my flaps to fully extended. That will be why. Yep. One of the best biz jets I've ever flown in a sim, period. Yeah,
Lear
nope.
5 Lima Romeo, turn right heading 095. Vector for visual approach to Telluride. Report the airport in sight.
Right to 095, Lear 5 Lima Romeo. Turn right to a heading of 095 degrees. We're about 17 miles from the airport.
I would dare say that if the Learjet showed up at MSFS, I would promptly drop, like I would promptly start flying that thing copiously. Promptly. So auto spoilers are armed. Did I forget to put any lights on? Seatbelt signs are on, probe should be on, and that's about it. 2D panels. 2D panels. Let's go. Look at that. Look at those auto gen trees popping in. Clouds 2-dimensional is all get out. Nice. How far out are we? Oh, we're right on board with the approach. You sit up a little bit. You can see the airport right there. Right there. We're literally going to shoot the breeze. Oh, okay. Fly somewhere? Oh, it's in a bag then. Take my money.
That's the airport up ahead on the mesa. I'll call center. Denver Center, Lear 5 Lima Romeo has the airport in sight.
Lear 5 Lima Romeo, cleared visual approach, runway 9er.
Cleared for the visual, Lear 5 Lima Romeo. Lower the landing gear and slow slow to 140 knots. Extend the flaps to full as you slow down. Start descending toward the runway.
140 knots. Wow.
Switching, clear 5 Lima Romeo.
Let's bring her in.
Telluride traffic, clear 5 Lima Romeo on the visual approach runway 9er.
Gear's down already, so we're going to be going full flaps for the approach.
We're a little too fast. Slow to 140 knots. Landing checklist. Gear down. Set full flaps. Landing checklist complete.
Flaps are full now. Let's adjust that angle of descent. I want to take this at about 1,000 feet per minute, so we don't go too fast. In fact, we could probably relax the angle of descent to 500 feet per minute. Stay on the beam. Let me cheat a little bit. Winds are out of the east-southeast at 3, which means we should be getting pushed to the left a little bit. Close trees, anyone?
Don't sink. Don't sink.
There's that classic
Don't
voice.
sink. Don't sink. Don't sink.
Alright, I'm gonna take this bird in by
Don't
hand.
sink. Don't sink. Don't sink. Don't sink.
Sorry, announcer, but we're gonna sink.
Don't sink. Don't sink. Don't sink.
Actually, I want a little bit more juice to the engines because I don't want to stall. Yeah, I definitely don't want to stall. Give me some go juice, aircraft. Let's go. Sky Command, good evening. Welcome aboard. We're flying some nostalgia tonight in a Flight Simulator X Steam Edition. We're about to land a Telluride, if I can get the formula right. Oh, no. Adjust the trim, my friend. Fortunately, I have speed I can scrub off, but I need to make sure I don't stall. I am full flaps, though.
Don't sink. Don't sink. Don't sink.
Well, this is a shallow
Don't
approach.
sink. Don't sink. Don't sink.
Alright, we'll be landing fast, but it's all good. Full idle. Let's bring it in.
Engage reverse thrust.
First thrust engaged. And full brakes.
Nice landing. Turn off the runway to the left once we slow down. 60 knots, disengage reverse thrust.
Welcome down to an extremely flat version of Telluride, friends.
There's the limousine. You can park anywhere close to it.
Alright,
After landing
let's
checklist.
get the
Landing
text lights
light
on.
set to off. Spoilers, retract. Flaps set to up. After landing checklist complete.
Nice landing. Alright, now, here's the kicker. Watch what happens next. Don't know if any of y'all flew this mission, but this is one of the reasons why I like it. Oh, countless times. Nice. All right, a nice brisk 11 to 12 knot pace. We're good. All right, so I don't want to hit that plane, so I'm probably going to pull in this next, not this one, this next one. Don't want to blow anybody away. But this is
Okay, park
us.
here.
And we're good, I think. Close enough. Close enough. Look at this. All right. What do we do? I think we do turn off the ignition switches, and then I think the only thing you can do in this plane is hit Control Shift F1 to cut the engines. Taxi light off. Collision lights, anti-collision lights on, nav logo off, probes off, avionics, gens, cabin lights, and that's it. Battery off. And that is what a cold and dark Learjet looks like. Not bad. Now, of course, here's the real sell. You park close enough, you can see the limos. And where's my dude? Where's my guy? Oh, hold on. Let's see if we can find him. Yep, on the phone talking to his boss. Nice. Lincoln Navigators, as you can clearly tell. Yep, living that life. The fishing run in the caravan. Man. All right, so let me see. Can I see the menu now? No, it keeps wanting to go to the it keeps wanting to go to the other menu. Hold on. Standby one. It should be that one. There we go. Whiteout. Wow. I was not aware of that mission. Let me think. Do you guys want to see Flight Sim World, or do you want to do one more FSX mission tonight? I think I know what I want to do. I want like one more mission that's like relatively short and sweet. I might do the Rome to Naples run, because it's not that long actually. It's like a half an hour. Yeah. What's outing? Oh, this is the one. This is the one where the engine guts out, and you have to practice basically a dead stick landing. Aleutian cargo run. This is crazy. I don't even think I've ever run this mission before, but I might do that at some point. Jet City, no. Oh, there it is. There's Whiteout. I think I have to work myself back up to that one. But let me have some fun with this, because the Rome to Naples run has in-cabin like announcements. This will, of course, reintroduce us to the Airbus A321, aka the hidden rocket. The flight model had absolutely no regard for airplane limitations. So we're gonna have some fun with this flight. You get IFR super quick. Yeah, yeah. I think that actually sounds about right. You know what, Two-Faced? I think I am gonna run it.
I'll handle all radio communication on this
Not
flight.
tonight though,
Hold
but
short
I
of the
will.
runway and I'll get our takeoff clearance.
Looks
Field
like we're
Tower,
already
orbit
set.
221, ready to go. Holding short 16 right.
Orbit 221, cleared for takeoff. Maintain
Look at
runway
that.
heading, climb and maintain 4,000.
Cleared for takeoff, orbit 221. Okay, we're cleared for takeoff. Turn on the landing lights and then turn left onto the runway and let's head to Naples. After takeoff, maintain runway heading, climb to maintain 4,000.
Okay, so 250, and let's look up real quick. Get those landing lights on, nose light on, strobe, nav and logo, and wing for fun. And crosswinds will leave alone. I think that's all we need. I think those are the only things that you can do up there for the most part. That's okay though. Brake release. Let's go. Nope, nope. This way. There we go. I'm gonna put this on GPS. Alright, so the autopilot's already set for 4,000 feet. You're gonna see just how fast this bird gets going. Alright. Dane Flats, it's Airbus A321 time. Welcome aboard. Alright, we will not need toga thrust for this bird. This is a super fast takeoff. Just watch. It's time to go to Naples. 80 knots. 100.
V1. Rotate. V2.
Rotating.
Positive rate, gear up.
Gear up.
Set flap 0.
Orbit 221, contact Rome departure on 129.0. Have a nice flight.
Orbit 221, switching to departure, thanks. Rome departure, orbit 221 with you, climbing to 4,000.
Orbit 221, Rome departure, radar contact, time and maintain 6,000. Proceed direct, Practica di Mare.
Up to 6,000, direct to Pratica di Mare, orbit 221. All right, Captain, climb to 6,000 and fly direct to the Pratica di Mare NDB.
Hold switches on. We're climbing at, I want to say, we're fast enough to go with like 3,000 feet per minute right now. And
Let's run through the after takeoff checklist. Landing gear, up. Flaps, set to 0. After takeoff checklist complete.
excellent. I can also turn my nose light off. And that's it. Yep, this is the Steam version. This is straight up
Have
default.
a look out to the left. There's Rome.
Yarp. Oh man. It's a nice mission.
Orbit 221, contact Rome Center on 124.8.
Orbit 221. 221, switching to Rome Center, thanks.
Let me know if you guys can't hear the
Orbit
audio very
221
well.
with you, climbing to 6,000.
Orbit 221, climb and maintain 11,000.
Up to 11,000, orbit 221. Okay, we're clear to climb to 11,000 feet.
The toggle zones are small, though. Only problem with this bird. There we go. 1,000 is set. We will keep a 2,800 foot per minute climb.
We're crossing over the product at Amari NDB. Turn to a heading of 092 degrees and fly to the Frosinone VOR.
We should be going there automatically, but I'll set it to 092. Just for funsies. Okay, so we're going to Foxtrot Romeo Sierra. Yeah, so we're on plan. We are on plan. The Garmin GPS system that we can't use to file a flight plan, but that does let us go through waypoints. Beautiful. Yeah, and I think part of the reason why is because back then this was so CPU bound that when you started putting a lot more uh, textures, like
1,000 to
higher
go.
higher
Turn the landing
textures,
lights and the seatbelt sign off.
it
Level up
it
at
it just
11,000
slowed
feet
down.
and set cruise thrust. Don't exceed 340 knots.
Oh, here we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, the captain has turned off the fasten seatbelt sign, indicating that it is safe to move about the cabin. For your own safety, though, we request that you keep your seatbelt fastened when you're in your seat during this short flight. We'll start our in-flight beverage service shortly.
Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and increase speed to 340 knots. This bird can easily do it. Even a wing view.
Landmark 63, contact Rome Center on 128.8.
Landmark 63, switching, thanks.
I had problems reinstalling my Sims, but I think it's because I wasn't running Steam in admin mode, so it made things slow to a crawl. Even when I did, I still had difficulty downloading this from the Steam server. So, in my opinion, if you want to download this, I would suggest you install it when you get a chance, because I'm not sure what their policy is on holding on to this game anymore in the future. I mean, I can't imagine why they wouldn't hold on to it, because, you know, it is something that they're probably obligated to hold on to for probably at least another 5-10 years. But I just know I had difficulty installing it today. Yeah, we're doing pretty good in terms of unlimited frame rate. I'm probably going to set up an NVIDIA profile for it again, just so I can limit the frame rate manually. But if we're talking about default scenery, default aircraft, flying in a sim with graphics set a certain way, you're probably not going to be in danger of running out of VRAM for a little bit. But I'm on DirectX 9 for this version. I haven't switched to DirectX 10 preview, so it's subject to what they call out of memory errors. So I think as long as I don't waste too much time trying to trick it out like I used to, because it was my only sim, and use MSFS and X-Plane 12, then I'll be good. Oh no, I understand. I mean, some folks like the nostalgia, some folks are like, nope, thanks for showing me exactly why I don't want to come back. I was I was feeling it this afternoon. I was like, maybe I should reinstall it. And then somebody that I watch on Twitch was like, yeah, go for it. So here I am, like 7 hours later. Well, 9 at this point. Yeah, this was my jam for years, so I get it. This was my jam. I think after this flight, it's gonna be, I'm gonna call it a short stream because unfortunately, I've been going at it as hard for the past like 7, 8, 9 hours. I'll probably be up for a little bit longer after that, but I might set up for tomorrow. Tomorrow, if I'm going to stream, it's probably going to be in the morning to midday, and I will do just a quick nostalgia stream in Flight Sim World. We might take a look at one of the missions from there and do some free flying. Go to some places that should be recognizable, and then we will probably either go to MSFS or X-Plane 12 for a nice flight. Hey, SG Child, hello, good to see you. Yes, this is definitely Flight Simulator X Steam Edition, FSX, and it is old. But for a guy like me that likes nostalgia, I'm good.
Reduce thrust to stay below 340 knots.
We'll travel 116, Rome Centre. Good afternoon. Climb and maintain 1000.
We're crossing over the Frosinone VOR. Turn to a heading of 123 degrees and fly to the Teano VOR.
Up to 1000 now. World travel 116.
Oh, world travel. All right. I mean, okay, let's be clear. I'm not trying to say that FSX looks better than MSFS. You will not hear me say that. But I am saying the missions in FSX were neat because they worked so well with the sim. Even the nostalgic missions that they brought back in MSFS, there's something missing about them. They haven't figured out how to get the same sense of urgency or structure into the mission engine that FSX had.
From center, Blue Yonder 562 request.
Blue Yonder 562, go ahead.
Any chance we can get a shortcut to Reggio Calabria?
Blue Yonder 562, stand by. Blue Yonder 562, proceed direct to Reggio Calabria.
Direct to Reggio, thanks. Blue Yonder 562.
Also, the missions have way more potential ATC chatter. The digital voices in FSX, of course, have their limitations. This just feels like a page from the sim that aged well. No, this is a default A321. There aren't that many buttons to click, and many of them you just can't touch. So you can mess with this, but you can't touch these.
10,000.
Descending to 10,000. Emerald Air 329.
Emerald Air 329, contact Naples approach now on 124.35.
124.35 for Emerald Air 329. We'll see you.
Nice livery. What can I say? I'm a fan. course, the upshot of flying in default scenery is that you get to see things loaded fast. Super fast. Yep, Learjet 45 was like pretty much my favorite plane to fly before any payware aircraft. But the Just Flight 757 that they made for FSX, wonderful plane to fly. Just enough detail, just enough systems depth for a newbie like me to latch on and to enjoy flying the bird. I mean, I have the flight factor 757 if I want anything close to, like an official sim experience, but I like flying these missions too. Welcome aboard, everybody. In case you haven't noticed, I am flying Flight Simulator X Steam Edition. This is just one of the, I guess you could call it, episodes in my nostalgia series that I didn't actually think I was going to pursue this year, but guess what? I am now. I am flying the Rome to Naples airline run mission, which is like I want to say like a 40-minute run. And we're well into cruise. We should probably begin descending shortly. And then that'll be it for tonight. I plan on streaming tomorrow at some point, probably around the middle of the day. And I plan on seeing what else I can do.
VOR. Crossing the VOR, turn to a heading of 106 degrees and fly to a Gotti intersection.
Flight Sim 5.0? Probably not. Unless, of course, there's a way to play it for free online.
Orbit 221, contact Naples approach on 124.35.
Orbit 221, orb to approach, thanks. Naples approach, orbit 221 with you.
Orbit 221 Naples approach. Expect radar vectors for the visual approach, runway 24. Naples altimeter 299.
Looks like we're going to get the visual approach. That'll make things easy for us.
Yeah, we're booking. You can try to find your old IBM PS2. Wow. That's amazing. I think the airport is going to be somewhere here. Like, we're going to be going out and around, I think. It probably belongs in a museum. I can think of a few computers I've used over the course of my life that definitely belong in a museum. The first 386 that I had, for example, probably that. And I went from a 386 to a Pentium. And that was the first computer I had that I put a 3D accelerator graphics card into. Man, that was so many years ago. Wow. Pre-286. Yeah. Yeah, I programmed on 286s growing up. Amazing. Oh, let's see. That's the radio stack. Let's zoom out. Yeah, I was right. I was right. We're going to make these turns to Naples right there. Hmm. For some reason, the ignition mode start. Let me arm the speed brakes now. Look at all those flip switches. Nice.
Approach, landmark 618 has a runway in sight.
Landmark 618, cleared for the visual approach, runway 24.
Cleared for the visual approach, landmark 618.
Landmark 618, contact the tower.
Over to tower now, landmark 618.
Oh, I forgot you could tap through these options. Bleed, cabin pressure, APU. Dude. It's amazing. Oh, my speed brakes are now.
Orbit 221, descend and maintain 7,000.
Down to 7,000, orbit 221. You catch that, Captain? Descend to 7,000 feet.
Okay, 7,000 feet we go. Let's
Now that we're
slow
descending below
down.
10,000 feet, turn the landing lights and the seatbelt sign on and reduce your speed to 250 knots. Ladies and gentlemen, we're now commencing our descent into Naples. We hope you've enjoyed this short flight. Hope you'll join us again. Flight attendants, please prepare the cabin for landing.
Ladies and gentlemen, the captain has turned on the fasten seatbelt sign. In preparation for landing, please make sure your seat backs and tray tables are in the upright and fully locked position. We'll be making a final pass through the cabin to pick up any service items and we'll be on the ground shortly.
Orbit 221, turn right heading 210. Reduce speed to 180 knots.
Right to 210, slowing to 180, orbit 221. Start a right turn now to a heading of 210 degrees. Reduce thrust and bring our speed back to 180 knots. Set flaps 1.
Right, bring the airspeed down. 512 kilobytes of RAM. Rock on.
Orbit 221, turn right heading 240. Descend and maintain 3,000. Report the runway in sight.
Right to 240, down to 3,000, orbit 221. We're almost there, Captain. Turn right to 240 degrees and descend to 3,000 feet.
Oh, well, I'm pretty sure you probably use the paper cutouts for systems training. You don't necessarily need to fly the plane if you just want to make sure people understand how it works. Hmm. Yeah, the sim is not going to replace the technology that I'm using these days, but it's a nice return trip to Nostalgia Land. Alright, we got like maybe 10 more minutes to go before we're down. Not too shabby. And that's where we're going. Oh, nice. Virtual multimeters and oscilloscopes. Okay, we're probably clear for the visual approach. I mean, it's a great day for it. I'm gonna go ahead and put gear down now.
We have the runway in sight, orbit 221.
Orbit 221 cleared for the visual approach, runway 24.
Cleared for the visual, orbit 221. That's the airport about 8 miles ahead, just northeast of the city.
Yarp.
Continue descending to the runway and maintain 180 knots. The airport is about 300 feet above sea level.
Orbit 221, contact Naples Tower now on 118.5.
Orbit 221, roger. Naples Tower, orbit
Have a great
221
night,
on the
SG
visual
Child.
approach for
Thanks for
runway
stopping by.
24.
Orbit 221, Naples Tower, wind calm, runway 24, cleared to land.
Cleared to land, orbit 221. Okay, we're cleared to land. Lower the landing gear, slowly add full flaps, and reduce your speed to 140 knots for the approach.
140 knots, did you? Come on. And now we take it down. All right, here comes the airliner landing. Should have the speed brake arm. There we go. Flaps are full. We should be set.
Let's run through the before landing checklist. Landing gear, down. Flaps, set to full. Landing checklist complete.
Flaps are full. I'm taking this bird in by hand. Right. Spoilers are armed, and there is no way for me to set auto brake on this bird, so we're just gonna go see what we can do. Here goes. Feet, 80, 70, 60, 50, 40, 30, 20. Alright, put it down. There we go. Reverse thrust.
Orbit 221, welcome to Naples. Continue rollout, turn left to taxiway Bravo.
Ground on point 9er, orbit 221. Keep taxiing toward the end of the runway. Bravo is the second taxiway from the end.
Oops. Guess I over-focused on making sure my reversers kicked in, but we could have we basically were going full length. Let's clean it up. Thank you, sir. Off center, but we got it down.
Take
A
a
little,
left here on taxiway Bravo.
a little floats my goats, but it's fine. All right. Pop on that taxi light and turn off. Whee! There we go.
Stop here. Set flap 0, check spoilers down. Naples ground, orbit 221.
Orbit 221, taxi to the terminal.
To the terminal, orbit 221. Taxi straight ahead. We park at gate A3. That's just to the right of that other A321.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Naples. Please remain seated with your seatbelt fastened until the aircraft has come to a complete stop at the gate and the captain has turned off the fasten seatbelt sign. It's been our pleasure to serve you, and we hope you'll choose to fly with us again soon. Have a great day here in Naples or wherever your final destination may be.
Right. Let's see. Beacon on, strobe off, wing lights off, recognition lights. Let's go. Thanks for stopping by, Dane Flats. Appreciate the company. And like you say, we do this for the company. Let's go ahead and turn in here. And ignore the ground markings. Alright, now, is it to the... Yeah, there it is. There it is. Wonderful. This was quite nicely timed. Not gonna lie. That's pretty good.
Set the parking brake, turn off the fasten seatbelt sign, and shut her down. Nice flying, Captain.
Alright, let's go ahead and turn these engines off. And that should do it. Can I press Control J? Oh, okay. It just stops that way. It doesn't work that way in the mission, I guess. It's kind of crummy. I wish it did. Or maybe it didn't park properly. It's alright. Folks, I think I'm going to go ahead and call the stream there. I appreciate having you folks over. And definitely appreciate you taking time to say hello. Clearly, this is not something I'm going to be doing all the time, but a trip down memory lane to Flight Simulator X Steam Edition is definitely something that brought back some nice memories. I'll probably be doing this again tomorrow, and then returning to the usual rotation in terms of scenery development, which is my office hours, and weekend streams, probably doing things like flying or other games. But in the meantime, folks, like I always like to say, if you want true peace, you need the Prince of Peace, and that is Jesus Christ. Take care, folks. Have a great rest of your day, and until next time, God bless you, and take care. Bye now.